Hello everyone, I'm Havoc and this is Factorio Space Exploration Plus. And I've been a little busy off camera here. If you look in the top left, you'll see that we have launched 9 navigation satellites into orbit. It should be any minute now preparing to do another one. Yeah, we're at 94%. We'll wait and watch it go. I have it set up right here to auto launch with cargo, so the moment it gets what it needs, it fires off and up and away it goes, and we discover more. We're going to watch it because it should be any minute now. It's going to come out again, but I'll show you what we found. We have found Alaz, which has a lot of vulcanite and holmanite. We have found Sanctinimo, or something along those lines, which has beryl, a lot of uranium, and just a mass amount of crude oil. Then you have galvania, bunch of iron ore, and some cryonite. Cryonite will only show up in frozen areas of the map, so we'll have to see if there are any cold biomes on that planet. Then we have etanor, which has a lot of holmanite, and then the other regular resources in smaller amounts. Bloodthorn, just a load of stone. I don't know what we would ever really want to go to that planet for. Stone's not that hard to come by. Then we have Thanatos, which has a ton of cryonite. This is definitely going to be a cold planet if we look at it. Does it have any descriptions about it? Frigid, waterless, moist, thicket, colorful, and flat. Those are the tags. But frigid is going to be the biomes where your cryonite are. Then we have Reaver, again, another cryonite primary planet. It's a frozen, waterless, desert, treeless, eccentric, and mountains. And then we have Silverhorn, a lot of crude oil, has some iridite. That'll be important. Hot, ocean, barren, shrubs, colorful, and hilly. These will be really interesting. So one thing that we can do, let's see, is this almost done? Yeah, one more tick. We're waiting on the rocket control units because I just don't have enough red circuits coming in. And I will work on expanding that. I'm probably going to do an entire dedicated setup to make us more greens, reds, and probably blues as well. And we'll get all of that flowing and helping things out. But these are really useful. These satellites that we're launching. Come on, we just need one more. We're waiting on what? 2 rocket control units? They're right there. You can do it, robot. There's one. We need one more. It's delivering the one. There we go. We got the proc of the production module. That was perfect timing. Well, let's just watch this go up. It's glorious. This will be the 10th one. We're also going to tell it to stop auto-launching because we need to backlog some resources. Now, for today's episode, we're going to work on the things we need to get into space. We're going to start the production line so that we can get a thruster suit, get the life support components, and get the life support canisters so we can survive in space. And then we're going to look at what will we need. Oh, here she goes. And there's number 10. What did we find? A moon, which has a load of uranium and a vitamelange. Okay, interesting. That's the first time this one's popped up, and we'll need that as well. So we will keep an eye on this moon, Dynatrix. Okay. But you can see our bots are busy working. What are they doing over here? Oh, okay. I have requested right here uranium to be brought up to slowly process some uranium fuel cells, and I just have it dumping into here and limited to only 2 stacks because I don't want a ton. But beforehand I was handcrafting a few, throwing them in here, going and do stuff, and then I would realize, oh, I'm getting low, time to go handcraft a few more, run, grab a few more. I'm going, I have robots. Why am I doing this? Set up a simple setup and they take care of that while I'm busy doing other things. So, we need to look at the thruster suit. And the thruster suit requires resources we already have, and then a jetpack equipment and a life support equipment. Now, we can make a lot of the jetpacks. We only need one, so we'll go ahead and craft that. But the life support equipment has to be made in a life support facility. So, and it takes coal, pipes, low density structures, and electric engines. Let's put, I made a few of these. I made 3 to be exact. They're pretty big. We're going to put one down right here and see. There's an order to these things. You get an empty life support canister from a secure canister and a blue circuit, a processing circuit. And the empty canister can be made in an assembler. This takes plastic, steel, copper plate, glass, and heat shielding. It's pretty simple. But you'll see there's a chance that it produces scrap. I don't think it produces scrap every time. I think there's a % chance that it fails the craft, and instead of getting the canister, you get scrap. So you have to do something with that. But that canister can then be passed into here to take the canister and make it into an empty life support canister. And then we have to take the empty life support canisters, put them into yet another life support facility so that we can fill the canister and actually get life support canisters out of it. I'm going to go with the coal and water. The other option you can do is wood and fish. Obviously, fishing is not an automated task, whereas mining coal is. So that's what I'm going to go with. And all I have to do is provide this with some water and pass into it the canisters that are made here. Let's supply it with some power, and then we will pass out of it and limit this to say 2 stacks. So we're going to need coal here and water. I can run up to it. We're going to need blues here, and then we also need to make the life support equipment itself. And you can also make med packs here with heavy oil, plastic, water, and iron plate. But we're here for the life support. And this is going to take coal as well. So what I need to do is just run coal up to here. We're going to run red circuits on, or excuse me, blue circuits on this line for our secure canisters to be made. I have coal on the line somewhere, and I stopped it because I had not used any coal for any other recipes. So it's time to bring that on down the line. And over to here. Oh, wow. Y'all didn't tell me that I misplaced that? Come on, guys. There we go. So we needed coal here and here. We're going to use just regular fast inserters. There's no need to go more than that. I'll request the rest of these resources to be brought to this. And in fact, I may not request them. I may just, let's pop a few in here. And just let it make a couple. I need just the one to craft the thruster suit, but then I'm going to want to put more into the thruster suit's grid because each one increases your life support efficiency by 100% additively. So if it would last 5 minutes without one, you put one in, you get another 5 minutes. If you put another one in, it's not exponential, so it doesn't go up to like 25 minutes more. You get another 5 minutes added on, and so on and so forth. The only difference here is I don't know. I just used 5 minutes arbitrarily. I don't know the actual span, how long the life support lasts. I think that is determined by how hazardous the environment is that you're in. I believe. Don't quote me on that either. But that's what I'm thinking. You know, we could just steal some blues off of this line right here and send them over this way. And that way we're not bringing a whole nother line of blues up to sit around and do nothing for a long time. I only need a handful. I could alternatively also request a small amount in a requester chest, but I've got blues right here and that takes care of the problem. I need one more belt here and a red inserter, a long-handed inserter. So now we're just looking at the resources for this. And again, I'm pretty sure I have all of that in the system, except for possibly copper. Do I not have copper? I do not. So, looks like that's what we're going to need to grab a hold of. And we need somewhere to put the scrap that this thing is going to produce. So I need another filter inserter. I want you to only grab scrap out. And we'll leave that open. I don't want to constrain that. Where's a good place to steal the copper? I think I'm going to do it right here. And we're going to do 4 stacks of that. So, that'll give us all the resources. And that completes this minus the water. Water is really easy thanks to our Nox's water fill mod. We just explode a little spot there. Wait a minute. Did I not do it big enough? How interesting. Or did I grab the wrong pump? I bet I grabbed the wrong pump. And then thought I simply didn't put enough water down. But that's okay. It's got water. Now it's just waiting on the canisters. Look. And that's waiting on resources. So we can take out this. Do I want another one? Probably at least one more. So our life support will last a very long time. Then I'll take my other resources back. So I should be able to craft the thruster suit after I grab some heat shielding and rocket control units. Just gonna steal a few from over here. I needed 10, was it? Yes, 10. So let's grab a little heat shielding and we can make our thruster suit. And then as soon as that starts making life support, we'll at least be able to survive in outer space. Once we can get there, we won't die from suffocation. The thruster suit also, as it says in its name, has thrusters, so you can move around. In space, you are in 0 gravity, so if you start moving, your momentum carries, and in order to stop, you have to thrust back in the opposite direction. And it can get a bit scary, honestly, if you're out there and you start flying off, going in a crazy direction. Okay, we've got our first couple. With that completed, we need to look at what it takes to build the cargo rocket, and I happen to have already made the silo, so we can put it down and have a look-see. So it needs cargo rocket sections, liquid rocket fuel, and a space capsule. The space capsule is so you can get back to wherever you came from. So if I go up into orbit, I can take the capsule back down. So if I'm going to make cargo rocket sections, I need heat shielding, low density structures, and rocket control units, which I already have all of those being made. Then I need cargo pods and rocket fuel tanks. Cargo pods are red circuits, which is something I'm hurting on right now, so that's going to be a problem. Iron chest, that's simple and easy. Fast inserters are easy and steel. The only thing I'm going to have to fix is the red circuits. And here, this also takes red circuits. Pipe. I'll have to start making storage tanks and pumps automatically. And then those will be good to go. Now, this says 30 seconds to craft one of each of these, and then 30 seconds to make a single cargo rocket section. Now, is that 1% for this, or does that do 2%? No, it says 0 of 100 cargo rocket sections, so I have to make 100 of them. And if I only set up one machine setup to do this, it'll take 30 seconds, and I have to make 100 of them. So, it'll be, what, 50 minutes, right? 50 minutes in order to get a rocket into space with one, and we know that won't be fast enough. So we're going to need to work on expanding our red circuits and producing more of them if we're going to be able to make a rocket in any timely manner. For the meantime, we could go ahead and do a one machine setup so that it's running. You know, on the topic of time, let's see. We have 23 minutes until the coronal mass ejection hits our planet's surface. So, we're going to work on things that may help us to fix our factory afterwards. So we're going to grab some assembly machines, repair packs, and a handful of the inserters and power poles and things, because I do know I did not get enough accumulators down. I have 137 gigajoules, and we're going to need 213. And like I said before, it'll also take into account the fact that I'll be producing energy while it's consuming, so I don't have to have the full 213 in storage. However, I don't think I produce enough to offset the vast difference, the 90-something gigajoules difference between what I have and what I need. Which is leading me to believe I'll run out of power, the protection will fail, and then lasers are going to fall from the sky and melt everything. So I want to be able to repair it. We're going to put train stuff up. That's not going to be a huge priority for fixing afterwards. Also, okay, that must not have been right. I saw we were taking damage. Here we go. Another thing I need to take care of are these. These nests where my train could not quite reach. Actually, these are new, I believe, right here. Because, yes, you can see where I fired artillery off over here. That'll be a fun thing to do. So, you know what? That's what I'm going to go do. I want to do some damage while we wait here. Just need to run over here and grab some ammo out of our artillery train. Now, I'm fairly certain it won't stack in my inventory, so this is going to, yes, take up a lot of inventory space. But that's okay. It also means we're going to get to fire a lot of these off. Yes, 21 minutes until our coronal mass ejection, and everything will burn. But let's head over here and see what we can do about maybe putting our artillery here our cannon and firing as far as we can fire out there. Actually, this is where we're getting hit from the most. So we're probably going to see about heading maybe to that island that's in the middle of the water there. I have some landfill on me. I could make a small trek out to here and then bomb everything from a place that they can't get to. That sounds pretty amusing to me. So let's see. If I come down here, probably the closest point, and then I can landfill out to that little island, put down our artillery cannon, and start firing. Oh, I should have brought some termite nanobots with me. Perfect. Now we put down the artillery turret, load it with some ammo. Oh, it's already firing. Okay then. I guess that was within range. I'm just gonna fire there, right there, a little over here. How far can this thing reach? Wow. Okay, it can reach pretty far. Let's see what happens. Boom! Beautiful. I got every one of them too. Oh, can I reach that? No. So that's the edge of its range. But I could move it right up here, take care of those. The issue is over in this area is where more of them are coming from. Of course, from what we just blew up there is what's going to cause whatever didn't get destroyed to come down further. I'm curious because I don't know what is right up here. This is a very expensive way of taking a peek up here. Firing an atomic shell just to see what's going on. I knew, see, there's more biters coming from this direction. Well, there were. That takes care of them. And now let's run back up and fire a few rounds off across the northern side. Give me some peace and quiet, bugs. This is really good with the sound of you crunching through the snow. I love the little footprints you leave behind. The little attention to detail in those things is great. And this isn't like an ice patch. The Alien Biomes mod is very well done. Okay, now we're getting up here near the edge. This is that spot that I was concerned that the bugs may be able to make it across to my base, because you can get right up to it, however you cannot cross it. Now we are going to watch the fireworks. Beautiful. And rain down fire. You know, I just thought about the fact that there is a limit to the size of this planet, because this is space exploration. So there are hard edges that you cannot go past. What that means is I could potentially kill every single biter on the surface and then there would be no nest for them to spawn new ones. I could claim the entire planet for myself. I think that might end up being one of our long-term goals for this playthrough. Is to go around and eradicate every single nest. Obviously, I won't do that all on camera because that would probably get boring. But it would be a great achievement to have our homeworld to be safe and bug-free. How much time do we have here? So we've got 15 minutes until the coronal mass ejection. I think what I'm probably going to do here is cut out and get back to you guys when that's time for that to happen, and we can watch the fireworks together. So I will see you all in just a minute. Welcome back, everyone. We have about 60 seconds until the coronal mass ejection hits the planet's surface. In the meantime, I'll show you what I did over here. I came down and changed up our setup for reds just a little bit, where everything has a production 3 module and speed module 3s in the beacons affecting them. And I had to do a little changing of the weaving of my belts and undergrounding to get it all done, but at this point everything is running. It's all running quickly and everything has a little bit of productivity in it, and this has bumped up the production of our reds significantly. Before we were moving at 0.8 crafting speed, we're at 0.65, so we're producing twice as many and we have the productivity output. So that should over time fix our red circuit issue, and we will be able to get things flowing that we're working on. And like I said, I'm also going to do a standalone build that will produce red, greens, and blue circuits for us and nothing else. That way it can't be starved if anything else is running. And then we will infuse those lines in to help out. But yes, we're sitting at 0 seconds, which means that it should be hitting any minute now. I'm gonna stand down here next to this thing and look at our power. As soon as, oh, there it is. It has arrived at novice. Ooh, it's glowing. So that means this is working. It's defending the planet's surface. And let's watch our power. Oh, it's stepping up very quickly on our consumption. And look at that. Our nuclear plant is coming on in full capacity. Our steam engines are coming on at full capacity. Oh, here it goes. We are ramping up and consuming out of our accumulators rapidly. I don't know how long this thing lasts, so I'm not sure. Because it's the 213 gigajoules, but over the length of the attack. And we are making a lot. Our solar panels are making 1.4 gigawatts. We're getting 477. Our mass ejection is heading 15 hours. Is that another one? That's already another one. We're still being hit by this one. 15 hours. Goodness gracious. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like our accumulator usage is ramping down. I think we're past the peak. If we are, that's crazy, because I had nowhere near the amount of stored energy required to protect the surface. But I think the fact that I have a lot of solar panels, a good nuclear reactor, and some steam engines to help supply the power necessary, I think that's what saved us right then. It's definitely stair-stepping down. It's almost over. And it has passed. Wow. So we just survived that. We didn't lose the whole base or anything crazy. I count that as a great success. And a good time to end this episode. If you enjoyed it and you feel like it, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time.